in difficult times, Kim, what scripture passage do you turn to for inspiration and orientation, and why?
The Psalms. And I want to tell you a little story, if I can.
Yes, please.
This summer, I mean, I've spent a lot of time with the Benedictines, and so have been immersed in Psalms and praying with various communities. And so they've always been very important. And so this past summer, I thought, well, let's just do a summer of Psalms. And we did, and it just about undid me. And
really?
Really, because trying to preach them. And earlier in my career, I said, you shouldn't preach Psalms, you should sing them. And so I was going to try to preach Psalms, which I did. But what I realized is that preaching other texts, I'm kind of observing those texts and telling stories in the texts. There's a distance there. But in the Psalms, like, how do you preach, I will turn your mourning into dancing? How do you preach that? I mean, you have to touch your own mourning. And man, some of the sermons, I'll tell you, some of them were great and some of them were not. But it was, I've been in ministry for 25 years, preaching for 25 years.
That's a lot of sermons and a lot of preaching.
That's a lot of sermons and a lot of preaching. And it's never been anything like it was this summer. So that's all really important. Okay, the verse.
Yes.
The verse.
Which one?
Is Psalm 51, verse 6. And I memorized it in the King James. So here it goes. Behold, thou dost desire truth in the inmost being, and in the hidden part thou wilt make me know wisdom.
Oh, I love that.
And I saw this verse and it just hit me. The things that were hidden inside me, I wasn't sharing with anybody. And I was hiding those things. And for God to say that I want to know about those things, that I created you as you are. And the best way to praise me is to be yourself. And so the reason it gives me, it just reminds me that that's my one job as a human being, is to be the person God created me to be.